Julian here again. In this video, I was thinking we should have a look at Microsoft Copilot for security and how it easily can set up and use it. Nevertheless, it's an expensive service and tool, so let's also have a look how we can create and scale up and scale down and delete it. First, let's have a look at the costs of this service and what's needed for testing it. Well, costs are tied into a secure compute unit, a SCU for short, and Microsoft recommends that we're having 3 SCUs for playing around with Copilot for security. One SCU costs $4 per hour, and times 3 we are spending like $12 per hour for the compute unit on its own. That's a whopping cost of $8,600 per month, or 93,000 Norwegian kroners, 1.1 million Norwegian kroners per year. And that's only the minimum recommendation from Microsoft. Nevertheless, that's the cost. Let's now play around with it. I'll show you how we'll start with it and create a SCU unit, and then we'll play around with it. So stay tuned. So the prerequisite for using Security Copilot is that you either have to be a global administrator or you need to be a security administrator. And you also need to have access to an Azure subscription to store the secure compute unit. So let's dive into it. We'll start in the security portal or Security Copilot portal, securitycopilot.microsoft.com. And from here, it will guide us to creating the security capacity. So we need to choose the Azure subscription, a resource group. We can choose that one, or we can create a new one. So Copilot test RG, call it, and we need a capacity name. So Copilot test 01. And we need to choose the prompt evaluation location. And here I choose Europe. You can also choose from Australia, UK, and United States. And we need a capacity region, and this will be Europe West since I choose Europe. You also need to see to scale up the security compute units. So we'll start with just one. And we need to acknowledge that I have read, understood, and agreed to terms and condition, of course. So I checkmark that and create it. And I'll just wait a couple of minutes to spin up. And there we have it. We now can choose the capacity that we have created, and then we can start using Security Copilot. We're done. So we can search here in the Security Copilot. So what groups are Julian member of? And when we do this prompt now, we'll see that it actually firing the prompt. It can take some time since we just created the service, but yeah, it's loading the evaluation results. It can take some time, and we'll get the results afterwards here. So we see that the prompt is checking the plugin that you're using. So you'll probably choose Entra ID plugin for this one. So it chooses Microsoft Entra plugin, and it now will process the request. And when it's processed, it will give us the answer of what it found actually. And as you can see here, Julian is a member of several groups within the system. We have lots of groups down here, and we can also see what steps are completed. So it shows Microsoft Entra based on the prompt. It processed the request, executing a get graph query, and from the result it prepared a response and wrote this for us. Quite cool. All right, so let's have a look in the settings now. We're opening the menu on the left side, so we have owner settings, role assignment, and users monitoring. If you have a look on the owner settings, we can scale up or down the secure compute unit, and we can opt in on helping and improving Copilot or opt out for it. Also, who can add and manage plugins, custom plugins, and such on. We also have a role assignment here, so we can see who's owners, the security administrator, global admins, and me that created the service, and contributors are security operators, security readers, and everyone in the organization. So what does that mean? So anyone can actually open security copilot.microsoft.com and do queries. And they'll do it with a context of themselves, of course. So the access they have is the access that the Copilot service has when they're doing queries. So if you jump back to the front page again, and let me just showcase this prompt book here. So I'll go down in the prompt and choose prompts from the menu. And in prompt box, we have several prompts tied down in one query. So see our prompt box, and if you try, for example, threat actor profile here, which getting a report of a known actor and suggesting for how to protect against common tools and tactics. And here we see that it has 5 prompts that it wants to run. We just need to give it a name of the threat actor. So let's type in Blizzard and hit run. And here we can see that due to our organization high usage, Copilot can't respond to a request. This is because we only have one SCU added to our environment. So let's try to scale it up a bit. So we jump into owner settings, changing the units, scaling it up to let's say 4 security compute units, and apply it. And it's done. Then let's try to run the prompt. So we'll hit the prompts button again and jump into prompt books and choose the threat actor profile again. And then type in Blizzard and hit enter. So it will now start it. As it took some time to complete, around 3.5 minutes, so I skip forward. And now within this prompt book, we had 5 prompts. It has now gone through it and answered all of them. So we now can just copy and paste information from these results and create our own report that we are sending. So that's pretty neat. So let's now have a look on the monitoring here, because we have scaled up from 1 to 4 SEUs and we have done some queries. So we see that when we created it, we had 1 SEUs and we used everything. We then scaled it up and we are now used 90% of the available units. So by the look here, you needs to have quite a lot of units for your environment to actually function. So it could be nice to have automation to scale up and scale it down when you're trying to use this. So for now, this is a quick intro of Microsoft Copilot for Security. We'll scale it down again. So we'll change it down to 1. And if you are to remove the entire solution, you can just jump into your Azure subscription, find the resource group Copilot Test RG, and here we can see the compute unit capacity. So you can just delete the entire resource group, and it will stop costing money. So that was a quick introduction to Copilot for Security. I hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell as well. If you have any comments or thoughts, please put a comment below this video. So until next time, have a nice day. See you later.